In this video I will be giving you guys 10 tips to not get bored anymore in theme park Tycoon 2. A great thing for when you are bored, just go have a look at other people's park. I'm now just in a random server. There are actually some great parks. It's maybe not the best, but it is still fun to watch, and sometimes you actually find some pretty cool parks. And yeah, this is actually pretty insane. But yeah, just when you are bored, just go have a look at what other people are doing in your server. Of course, when you have a private server, maybe some other people have joined you in your private server, or when you're in a public server, you can just look at parks like this. And this is probably my favorite thing to do. Just go build a random roller coaster. Just practice. That's just a great thing when you are bored. And it's probably the thing I do the most. Is just go have a look through the coaster list and think like, okay, I'm now just going to build a hybrid coaster and just start building and go well. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You can delete it afterwards and start a different one. And yeah, just building a random roller coaster is just a lot of fun actually. And it's just a great thing to do when you are bored. Okay, we will actually have a look at how this coaster turned out at the end of the video. So, let's say you are bored of building the same area for days and days and you just want to do something else. Well, a great way to mix it up is just brainstorm about what you want to do in the future. I'm right now in my dream park and I have this whole space here, and at the moment I don't know what to do for it. So, I am going to brainstorm what to do for it. What do I like? What do I want to see? Of course, looking on internet, on maybe pictures, POVs of roller coasters, maybe some other people that have built things in theme park 2 can be just a great way to brainstorm and actually get you some ideas for in the future. And maybe you can even start building already on it, and later you can actually switch back to the other area where you was working on, just to keep the variety and yeah, don't get you bored on the same area the whole time, which I have experienced myself. So yeah, that is a great way to get less bored and do something else in your park. And this is probably also one of my favorite things to do, is just go have a look at your old parks. As you can see, this is like a park I've built maybe 2 years, maybe already 3 years ago. And I just love sometimes just looking back at what I did in the past. And of course, some of these things are extremely outdated. Most I didn't even have game passes, we didn't have no grid, all that stuff. But it's sometimes just very nice to look back at what you did. And sometimes I even get inspiration from this. Like this coaster is my main inspiration for the winter project I'm right now doing. And yeah, it's just sometimes very nice to look back at your old coasters and actually write them. They're not always that bad maybe as you remember, and sometimes they are way worse than you remember, and then you can laugh about it, but then you're not bored anymore. And of course, if you don't have old parks, then this isn't really possible, but I am sure most of you guys have quite some old parks from 1 to 3 years ago, and just looking back at what you did in the past is a great way to forget your boredom. Now, this is actually one that I actually do a lot now that I think about it, is just when you have a private server, is just put your speed with this command /psadmin/moves speed and then your name, and then just put a lot of numbers and then just start running around everything. And when you have other people maybe loading in the park, you have to like maneuver to other parks and just do stuff like this. I don't know why I do this, but this is something I just do when I'm bored and just move around this thing. And like I can do this for like straight 5 minutes, and then I'm like, okay, I am done with this, I'm going back to building. It's just something. And then yeah, sometimes you just fall, sometimes you accidentally launch yourself off the platform and that stuff, and it's just for some reason a lot of fun. And this one is actually a very great way for also other people that maybe are bored, is just go help a different person. Theme Park Tycoon 2 is made for multiplayer. You can build parks with up to 6 people at one time. Sadly, I don't have any friends, so I cannot do this one. Imagine you just having a friend and just go build with them. Sometimes they have great ideas what they want to do. That's just one of the best things about this game. You don't have to do this alone. You have friends, you have other people. You can even help random people. Just ask, hey, can I maybe help you with something? And I'm sure some will say, of course, yes. And don't go break the whole park, delete stuff. Just go help them. Have fun with each other, which is just such a great thing about this community. And I'm sure you are able to find then new people to build with and make new friends. So yeah, just go help some other people if you are bored. And this is also another thing I do a lot, mainly when I'm of course waiting maybe for money or when you are of course bored, is just go watch some other YouTube videos. There are a lot of YouTube videos on YouTube. It doesn't even have to be theme park Tycoon related or even theme park related. You can just go watch some YouTube. Maybe when you're watching some theme park Tycoon like Benny, me, Maliboomer, you sometimes even come up with great ideas for, oh, I actually like that. I'm going to try that myself. And of course, don't copy it one-to-one, but just take inspiration from other people is also a great way for when you don't know what to do with your park. Now this is one I don't really do, but I actually saw a lot of people doing, is just go mess around with your park. Build TNT cannons, like when you have maybe some disabled collisions, you of course have the TNT thing right here. And maybe build them like in a way that there are like 4 inside of each other. And you can put it on like a button and just press that button or put that button right here. And let's add all of these 4 TNTs. And let's stand in the middle of this and then just press the button and you just fly up extremely high, and the more TNT you put in there, the higher you can fly. And the same you can actually do with teleporters. Teleporters is also a great way to actually mess around with your park. When you of course, you don't even actually need disable collision for this. You can just link them up to this point here, and you can just for some reason you can do this if you want. And you can even make it worse if you have disable collisions. You can start to rotate them, and then you can do stuff like this. And now you can actually do some weird funky stuff with like do stuff like that, and you can place a lot of them under each other, and you can just do the weirdest stuff ever. And just messing around in your park is a great way to just stop your boredom. And this is a thing I always used to do, not really anymore, but just following a random guest. Just a lot of fun, just looking at what they are doing around your park. And just this one wants to ride, I think this ride like in the back here, and just follow them around. It's like if you are with a friend going around the park and just doing random rides. And sometimes it's actually a lot of fun doing it, and you end up in like the weirdest places in your park, just doing random coasts, not in a particular order. So yeah, this is also a great way to just, yeah, do something else, be not bored. And of course, after one time you have done this, it's the same the whole time, but just following a guest around is a great way to remove your boredom. And the last one is probably just the best one for most people, is just stop. Go play a different game. Go do something else. Of course, I already said go watch some YouTube, but just stop. Go do something else. Go play a different game. Go, I don't know, play Minecraft or do a different game on Roblox. Or just stop. Make some food. Go outside. Do something different. It's just a great way to just empty your mind. Just do something else. That's probably the thing I do the most. Just go away from my computer. It's just a great way not to be bored in theme park Tycoon 2. Alright, I think the coast is ready. Let's have a look. Alright, let's have a look at the coast I just made. Just because I was bored. So yeah, I actually think it turned out pretty good. And especially if you have actually built a roller coaster you like, you can just keep it and maybe even detail it. There we are at the top. And as you can see, it's definitely not a long layout. But does it need to be an extremely long coaster? You can also just make it small, and having actually practicing some of these inversions, because just practicing also makes you better, which is kinda logical. And as you can see, it's maybe going a bit too slow, and then you can learn from that mistake. In the future you can increase the speed, do all that stuff, and everything will just be better. Just build a roller coaster when you're bored. That's my, I guess, the best tip I can give you. Just start building random roller coasters. It helps you a lot with just practicing and getting better at building roller coasters, and it is just not boring. Alright, I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe on my channel, and hope you guys are not bored anymore because of this video. Alright guys, I will say, as always, goodbye.